Nothing better than the feeling of hoisting the checkered flag and the trophy in victory lane at Daytona International Speedway.
He got a little bit of a bath, didn't he?
He did.
Let's ride along with the guy who finished second in this race and really listen in.
His rear wheels were off the ground before he got to the start-finish line.
And he never lifted.
He never lifted.
He had his foot on the floorboard. I guess you guarantee he's gritting his teeth, hanging on.
He was going to make sure that he was on the throttle when he got to the start-finish line.
Let's go back trackside to Adam Alexander.
Thorsport Racing lost 2 trucks in the early portion of this race. Matt Crafton was very good throughout the evening. You kind of laid low, and it paid off there at the end.
That's all I did is lay low. I mean, Armenard's Herculiner Chevy was, I mean, it was good, but it wasn't great. And so that's our whole plan. All weekend thing just didn't have as much speed in as we thought it should have for whatever reason it was, and we just rode it. And that was one of the hardest races I've ever had to do, just sit there and ride around and not go up there and race and just let everybody just take themselves out and do everything that they did and then go race with 15 to go. That was our plan with 15 to go. We're with contact, just go, go, go. And I mean, it was kind of aggravating. We got blocked up there on the bottom, tried to make the outside work, but all in all, not a bad day. I mean, it was really discouraging to see Johnny Sauter and Landon Castle get wrecked on the first lap, because that was our whole plan. All of us were going to fade and just kind of ride together and save it till the end. If I'd have had a teammate, because there wasn't any Chevy Silverados that were left at the end, I was being ganged up on by all these Toyotas. So I mean, I was waiting to get a push by a Chevy, but there wasn't any left with me. So that's what was so discouraging with Johnny not being there.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
What a beautiful facility for the first event of the 2010 season. It all gets kicked off right here, and a 29-year-old from Providence, North Carolina goes to victory lane. What a memory this will be for him.
For me, I love these darn races. You can't predict what's going to happen. We heard Timothy P. couldn't predict what was going to happen. We heard him say in victory lane, I was pretty content just to push Todd. But then he saw Jason White coming, and he said, well, if he can do it, I'm going to try it. What a great finish.
And Todd said he was a sitting duck leading, but I don't think he would want to be in any other position at that point, but he did a great job. He did what he had to do. When he saw those guys coming to the outside, he went to the outside to block, and unfortunately made contact with Timothy. But still, a great recovery to finish second, because he hit the wall on the backstretch.
Yeah, what about all the wrecks we had? I mean, that wreck on the first lap took out guys that could certainly win the race, and then we saw some bump drafting that went bad. So those were disappointing moments during the course of the evening, but even though we only had a few guys left, they sure were determined, and it was so fun to watch them race to that checker.
When we started this show off, you said the 2000 truck race was your favorite memory. You
2003.
said 2003. I said maybe 2010 will be the memory that we'll all come away from this one. And I tell you what, it was living up to its billing.
I bet you Timothy Peters is going to remember this one.
It's his favorite one for sure.
The next stop for the Camping World Truck Series will be in Atlanta. Coming up next, it's the countdown to the Daytona 500, Joe Gibbs Racing. There are a lot of trucks that didn't get to the checkered flag tonight, but most importantly, Timothy Peters wins race number 2 of his career right here at Daytona.
Kyle Busch has won 4 of the 10 Truck Series races at Atlanta Motor Speedway. But can he win with his own truck? Find out in 3 weeks when the trucks take to one of the fastest tracks on the circuit. You won't want to miss 1 second of the action, starting with the setup at 1:30, only on Speed.